Hey Pastels, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Roseney. I specialize in acrylic nails, Gel X. Recently I picked up Builder Gel. Today we are going to focus on these short green summertime acrylic nails. After prepping the nails, I go in with my dehydrator and then my primer. Today we are using Young Nails primer. I typically use no lift primer depending on the client, but for this client here, she doesn't really have too many issues with lifting. I remember when I first started my nail journey, I really hated short nails. It's crazy to see how much short nails have grown on me throughout, my time span of doing nails. I just feel like it's a way quicker process. What I'm doing right here is the one bead method. Basically dropping one bead of acrylic and just allowing it to spread evenly throughout the nail. If I don't have enough acrylic on a certain side of the nail, I'll just add some more like I'm doing right here. So when it comes to the one bead method, I find it much easier on short nails. I just pick up, like I said, one bead, pretty simple, and the more control you have over your acrylic and you understand that liquid to powder ratio, you're able to move with much more ease. You are in more control over that bead. It's not too wet, it's not too dry. And it also depends on the type of acrylic you're using. I feel like with most acrylics, as long as it's not too wet, you can really control that bead. I might have to post this as a separate video because the one bead method is actually very satisfying to watch. Watch how I am controlling the bead on this middle finger. I drop the bead a little bit close to the cuticle, but not super close, and then I slowly tap around that area. Now I'm just dragging the acrylic downward, allowing it to dry a little bit, but actively and slowly dragging it downward, allowing gravity to do what it has to do. And then I know I'm gonna get some flack for this because you're not supposed to touch the product, but I am a thumb scraper. So once all of that acrylic is at the bottom, I'm gonna use my thumb. After, I basically use my brush to clean up any acrylic that's on the sides, make sure that it keeps the shape, the nice square shape. And I do the same thing for practically every nail. It's a very simple process. Once you get it down, it's really hard to forget, and it becomes easier as you go. All right, we're gonna finish up the one bead method for both hands. I'll come back once it's time to file the nails.
It ain't about money. I can show you the world, girl. What can you do for me? We can take a vacation, go somewhere in the country. Turn the radio on, hear my song say, whoa. My favorite song say, whoa. She don't know, she slept through the field trip, missed it was yesterday. So we right back where we started, she still trying to get away. Girl, you're wasting my time, and I am wasting your time, but that's okay, yeah. I said it's okay. Let me give you what you want. Ooh, and maybe later what you need. Yeah, I remember, girl, you used to have fun. Yeah, no, I ain't seen a smile in a while. Feeling pretty lonely, your daddy should've got you that morning. Let me give you what you want. Killing yourself like this, going crazy, keeping all of these secrets. How is that living? Every time I reminisce, I keep thinking it was better then. I remember we made out underneath the rain clouds. Stay out late, I wanna lay down, break ground. Then tell me, we could be okay, don't know for sure. Just familiar numbers, hammered to your door. You left home right away, cause your life is like night and day. You keep going, back and forth. Let me give you what you want. Ooh, and maybe later what you need. Yeah, I remember girl, you used to have fun. Yeah, no, I ain't seen a smile in a what you want? Can I give you what you need? Can I give you what you want? Can I give you what you need? What you need? What do you need, girl? Yeah, so can I give you what you want? Whoa. Can I give you what you need? Whoa. So can I give you what you want? Whoa.
I typically don't use the e-file to start my filing process, but I am on a journey of cutting down my time and just becoming a faster nail tech overall. I think the easiest way to move faster as a nail tech is really having one nail bit that you use the most. So instead of having to change them out, you just kind of stick to the nail bit that works for you. I'm still trying to find, my feng shui, my groove, and even after 6 years, this is one part of doing nails that I'm still trying to tackle, just cutting down that filing time. I know that my acrylic application has definitely improved throughout the years. It's much more flatter, much more cleaner. And a lot of my clients even say, girl, I could walk out of my appointment just like this. And that is a huge compliment. That means your acrylic application is nice and neat and ready to go. But yeah, this week I'm going to the nail supply. I rather see some of the nail bits in person, and the nail supply that I go to, the owner is very hands-on and knowledgeable about the products. So I know for a fact if I have any specific questions about the nail bits, he can help me figure out, which nail bits can help me speed up my time. Now I did tell you guys that I got some bits off of Amazon, but I don't really feel like they're doing what they need to do, or maybe I just need to get used to them. So right now I'm just using the hand file. I clean up the sides and then I straighten out the nail. And lastly, we're going to seal the cuticles. I will be back when it's time to design the nails. I did buff out some of the nails, and then I realized that based on the design that she is doing, we can't buff out all the nails. I do like to use the e-file just to have like a rough surface for the gel to adhere to. I don't always go in with a base layer, but here we are going in with one thin layer of luminary. In my last, well, not my last video, but one of my recent videos, we did a full gel X set and we used the luminary gel. This gel, you could use it for multiple different things, but here we're using it just as a base. So instead of just going straight in with the gel polish, the base really does help the nails last longer and chip less. This client is a hairstylist. I know that she works with a lot of different oil-based products. I don't typically always go in with a thin layer of base gel or builder gel, which is what Luminary is. But if I feel like a client might need it based on what they do for work or how much they use their hands or what they use their hands for, then I'll, go the extra step and do that thin layer. But I've had clients who don't really need it and they come back without any peeling. All their nails are still intact. So it really just depends on the client. I also like to use my liner brush just to go around the nail and make it look as precise as possible. Sometimes the gel polish will flood that cuticle if I go in with the regular brush. So this liner brush really does help me make it look even cleaner. We're just going in with a couple more coats. The first layer was a bit weak, I'm not gonna lie. Venalisa is a great polish that I do love, but some of their colors are not super pigmented. Earlier, I don't know if you saw the green on the palette. It was a shade of Venalisa. I'm not sure what green that is. I'm gonna have to double check, but I did mix it with a little bit of brown. So I was going in mixing colors. Based on the inspo she showed me, the ring finger and the middle finger had a darker shade of green. Here I'm adding some black. So this is the regular green that we mixed with brown at first. Now I just added a little bit of black just to really darken that green out. I stopped halfway when I realized that it wasn't really dark enough, and you could see me in the corner just adding a little bit more black. I'm just now realizing I have yet to add the inspo photo. Here is the inspo that my client shared with me, and this is the nail look we are trying to achieve. We did decide to go shorter. I think that's why the ring finger design might look a little bit different compared to what's on the inspo, but besides that, I feel like it's pretty accurate. We're gonna go in with the airbrush. I just mixed a shade of green with some white so we can get that color difference. So the base will just be like a dark green and the middle is like a lighter green. I like to cure in between that aura design instead of having my client place her hand in and out the lamp, just curing it quickly and then cleaning up with my acetone brush. This design here is pretty simple and subtle. I usually do these going across, so to do them straight down was different for me, but I actually really like how they turned out. Now this design was a bit of a struggle with the blooming gel. Here's my first attempt. It looked nothing like the inspo, and even if it didn't look like the inspo, it just doesn't look good on its own. I don't like how it's all blended together. After I wiped it off, I tried again with a brand new strategy, a thinner layer of blooming gel, and picking up a thick blob of the regular green gel, without, being too close to one another, and also moving a little bit faster. Now you don't want to pick up too much green gel because it does spread pretty fast, but just a good amount so it can spread enough. After curing that design, I did the same thing to the opposite hand, and now we're just adding a little bit of detail to the pinky. I also cure that in between and doing the same thing to the opposite hand. Now, after I did this design, I don't really think I needed to do all of this extra drawing for the pointer finger you're gonna see, because in the inspo photo, it looked like the dark part of the flower was underneath and not on top. So that's what I was trying to mimic here, like the little line designs. I drew them on the nail, and I'm thinking, okay, with the clear flowers, you might be able to see the lines. You didn't even really see them that much. So drawing all those little lines was kind of a waste of time. I mean, you can see it a little bit, but I feel like it wasn't that necessary. So here we kind of did our own thing. I did ask her, did she want to add a little bit more gold since we do have the little gold beads on the flower? And she was open to it. I feel like green and gold next to each other look very royal, looks very nice and clean and super classy. If you look at the clear flower and you see just a darker green in the center, I went in with that gel on top. So it's underneath, but it's also on top. You guys probably know by now this is one of my favorite parts besides the cuticle oil. This just really makes the nails even more precise and reels everything in together. Now I have been thinking about doing my own nails, doing a full set of pop-off acrylics, and the last time I did they were long. I think I want to do like a short set just to try it out, or maybe like a medium short. I want to try some summer designs before the summer is over. I have a couple different creative designs I have in mind, so be on the lookout for that. I haven't done my own nails for content in a while, so I'm really looking forward to it. My question for you guys, for my pastels, when I do my nails, should I do matching toes? If you think so, or if that's something you would like to see, comment nails and toes below. This basically concludes this summertime green full set. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and share and hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed watching this video. I'll see you guys next time.